you can hear me.
I can.
Yeah, there y'all have it, Mr. Jedediah Brown. Now, like I told you before, bro, we had a little conversation on John's panel. So I told you I had personal issues with you with the whole Kanika thing. But I also told you that I ain't gonna come in a situation biased no more. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna hear you out and let you speak your truth and let the people know how you feel and where you going with this. Like the whole post with the whole Rena situation. My understanding with the post is fucked up. Like, what was the point of that post if we not focused on J4K? I didn't understand why your comment had fucked the whole movement up again. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like it divided us again after she made a post to bring us together. Even though she didn't tag certain people in this post, but she also tagged people that shouldn't have been on the post. You know what I'm saying? So how you really feel about that post?
Well, before I talk about the post, I want to thank the young lady who was your special guest tonight. The first time that I've been told about a YouTube going on that I should listen to, and I actually appreciate it. I think this was brave of her, and I can say for a fact she does know what she's talking about. I've had very limited interaction with her, and I remember being introduced to her through Sheena, and Sheena was affectionately calling her number two. And there's a whole lot of stuff that woman knows that she's very much so viable and credible in what she says. But the thing about it is, I just applaud her because it's a whole lot of people who know a whole lot of truth, but they choose to be silent and just say, be afraid of the backlash, and then just let all this stuff go the way that it goes. So I thank her for having the courage, and for you, even though you don't give a fuck about me, quote, end quote, I thank you for at least, going after truth. And it's something that I've always said. It's why I like John Frank. I don't always agree with him. He started off attacking me, my family, the Torah, so it was very close to me. But when I talked to him, he spoke as a man. He was more so interested in the truth than likes and being popular and riding away, trend setting instead of following the trend. So I appreciate all y'all. And that's why I will talk to y'all. Like what you're talking about or not. But as far as the post is concerned, I just got to be honest. And I said it before, I'll say it again. I think that my strength is also my biggest weakness that's easily used against me sometimes. And that is, I just pretty much say what the hell I feel. And I'm kind of unapologetic in it. Which is one of the reasons why I'm effective the way that I am. But when I was looking at that post, I wasn't thinking about the larger picture. All I could think about is who was tagged, and I was kind of baffled in the moment because I had just spoke to Rena in person, and I was wondering why this wasn't brought up at that time when we were just sitting across from each other at dinner trying to figure out what's wrong with our relationship. And so I was upset and I was offended. And then looking at the post, what I noticed when I was reading it is that I didn't feel like it was legit. I was like, what the hell is this? Like, some of these people had no hand in trying to help this case at all.
And to be honest with you, Jed, that's how I felt, bro. I'm like I felt like that whole post was like a setup, or it was motives behind it. Like, I didn't understand it at all, and that's just being real. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like putting me on a post, and you never saw me at not one protest. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was a troll account. I was going by Chirac One at one point in time. So that's like tagging me in the shit. Like, I didn't understand why so many people was tagged in and so many people wasn't. Like, that shit was like so fucked up to me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, I didn't look at the post for the bigger picture. I'm looking at it for, wait a minute, why am I being tagged with the likes of Anisha and Black and even people who had nothing to do with it, like Alita? It just felt too strange to me. And so what I said was what I meant. Like basically, I was being sarcastic. Anybody that knows me for real know that when I'm uncomfortable, I don't like something, I'm gonna say something crazy off the wall, just my personality. And I say, I was singing Cardi B. I said, I don't march no more, I make money moves. I don't march no more, I make money moves. If I can't see your name being tagged, it means I don't fuck with you. It's a song. And I was being sarcastically funny, but also expressing how I really feel. Hell no, I ain't trying to unite or reunite with these people, because there's nobody named on this post that have felt or been through anything that I've been through, including being accused of rape, being mocked for wanting to give up on life, including some people speaking on a relationship with my cousin who I held as a son in a disrespectful manner, calling my birth mother, the most important woman in the world to me, a bitch. And you want me to think about reuniting with them? And then I'm going to just be honest. I have never been fortunate enough to have a conversation with Teresa Martin. And I understand that I got to be, and I always get in trouble with my honesty, but I'm just going to be real, bro. I understand that there's a level of grieving grace that everybody, that I'm expected to extend, but there's a lot of factors in that as well that people don't understand. Like I don't connect with grief the same way, because I live my entire young life advocating for grieving mamas. So I'm kind of desensitized and numb to it in some areas, and I'm not saying it as an excuse. I'm saying it as a truth. People around me be having to tell me, you being too harsh, because I've seen so many mothers crying when I get around. I might have empathy, but then I'll be like, okay, I need you to calm down, stop crying, and focus. But they be broken up. And so when I think about Teresa Martin, I've never been fortunate enough to have a conversation with her to talk about our interaction and the fact that complete strangers got in between me and that woman, disconnected us, and we lost one of the greatest moments of our day. But looking past that, I'm looking at the fact that this man, P. Rico, is in jail, and ain't nobody like on that side saying shit. Like, I was still upset, so I just wasn't even looking at the bigger picture. I just like, fuck it, all these people. And that's just how I really felt.
But what did they thought they was getting out the post if you can go in there and make a comment? You, out of 100 and some people, out of thousands and some people that saw the post and also comment, made a remark that was biased towards the situation. But why would that stop the whole movement again? That like fucked me up. Like you bring us together, then you divide us again because he made a post about money moves. Like, I didn't understand that. Like, that fucked me up. Like, so where we go from here? Like, what was the point? Now people deactivating their Facebooks again. You get what I'm saying? Like, it was just weird to me, yo. And then drag Teresa Martin right back in some shit. And I don't understand, like, why y'all can't, let's just let it go. If we not finna go back out there, let's just let it go. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand. They playing too many games.
I have since then spoke to Rena, and having, again, a whole lot of people have outside perspectives, but I talked to Rena since then. I've even talked to her today, and I'm going to just say that I believe that she did not know. I think that she did the best that she could at the level by which she communicated. And so since all of this stuff has happened, all of our lives have gotten entangled in one way or another, and she was trying to be a neutral party, saying, let's all come together and forget about whatever divided us. But she wasn't cognizant of all the dynamics. That's not how Rena operates.
That's my thing right there. Like, I'm glad you said that, because we can X her out the situation. You get what I'm saying? What was the purpose of Mallory going that hard about this post? You get what I'm saying? And you went on, and I got old posters of her. I got old posters of her and Rena, both. You get them? But we gonna excuse Rena. But I got posters of her disrespecting Teresa Martin.
So I'm gonna say this what I believe as well, bro, and I'm gonna be straightforward again. If you look at most of these people's operations since they've quote unquote went on about their lives and their businesses, they have a very hard time of captivating their audience, knowing what the hell they're doing or doing anything that's effective or relevant. As much as people hate me, I know what I'm doing, sir, and I've been doing this my entire life. My entire life has been in service almost to damn near complete strangers under the auspice of it's my people. And that's why I don't talk like that no more, because all these people ain't my people. But what I want to point out is that all of them have not been effective past me. Just like, for example, and if I can be free and be myself, Sheena has had this Dana Williams case. If you look at this case has been completely incorrectly handled on the advocacy scale since its inception. You don't put a family in that. That's why you don't necessarily see me dealing with custody cases or missing person cases, because of all the unknown variables. And I like to know what I'm talking about before I talk. And so you got this woman on here. You can expose her twins. Now her twins are taken. The woman is on the run still. I knew all these dynamics because Dana Williams reached out to freedom fighters before she ever connected with just solely Choose Yes. And I got all these cases, Adonis and all these other people were trying to get us to take this case. And I looked at it and I said, wait a minute, this is a woman who needs a mental evaluation. She's on the run with her children. Do not expose this to the public because they're going to put these children in danger with the suggestion of this father being a sex trafficker. I'm going through all of these. I reached out to Sheena for the record. I said, you need to consider this. Once I found out she's taking the case, she says, me and you have nothing to talk about. I says, okay, well, fine. I hung up. I felt responsible because I'm the one who introduced this woman to the world. But I have watched her legitimately incorrectly handled this case in an arena that she is not skilled in, but everybody is giving her a pass because they have bias, because they love Sheena. And so when you, all the people are giving her a pass, well, not everybody's giving her one, but the ones who have. And so when I look at things like that, when I look at the fact that Mallory, who claims to be the biggest advocate for everybody, ain't done nothing past no Facebook post. When I look at the fact that all Lionel and Anisha does is sit on the internet and talk about me all day, and I just love how it is unfolded, because everything that they said about me has come out and actually been their identity, including up to how you get evicted from a government assistant housing and still think you could be out here talking about God sent you to take down something.
What? What you just said?
Anisha being evicted out of low income housing or Section 8, whatever she has, the voucher stuff. You sitting up here talking about me all day. You got whole kids in your house. You living your life on welfare, and you get kicked out of a space where you only had to pay $135 worth of rent for. You still can talk about
Jedediah, bro? How you gonna release the tapes before I do? I was holding on to that tape.
Oh, my bad.
I'm
just saying, I've looked at all these people. I ain't thought about Harley. I ain't thought about Marie. I ain't thought about her husband. Because let's be honest. I could have sued them for defamation and slander a long time ago. I have moved on with my life. I ain't thinking about none of these people. Freedom fighters have not been associated with drama because we've been moving, we've been building, we've been actually effective. So now, all of them, as irrelevant as they are in my life, now they all want to pop up and they want to talk about Kanika. And so the reason why I believe that this stuff has happened the way it has happened, because they found a niche by which they felt like they could fan the flame and get the attention back that they didn't have since they've been put out or they have left the organization, because they thought they can do it better than me. And now that they're gone and they're not doing anything or doing it better than me, now they all big mad.
Wow.
Because at the end of the day, I still sustain an organization that stretches across the United States of America.
Hey, quick question, bro. Quick question, not to cut you off, bro. Hey, was Anisha ever a freedom fighter?
Anisha was never a freedom fighter. This is a girl that I went to school with. I went to high school with her, and Anisha was this sweet, innocent person that was like, she was in the in crowd. Like my treasurer, my national treasurer now, was one of her best friends. And Anisha would always be around, and she would always tell me how proud of me she was, and we were very cool as people. I'm completely blindsided with her coming out with this godly crusade to take me down, because me and Anisha don't really have no real interaction, and I didn't like her. I think that does play a factor, and people they keep hearing me say that, but I'm telling you, bro, people be liking me, and if I don't go for it, hey, I get lifetime enemies.
Now I did a show on the picture that she took with you, bro. Like, speak on that picture. You know what picture I'm talking about?
When she was inside of my church.
Whoa. You said she was where?
Inside of Chosen Generation. Them blue and gold walls, that's inside of my church.
Bro, she told, oh my God. Oh my God. She told us that you saw her walking by a store or some shit like that. And that's how that picture came about, and she told you not to post it or some weird ass shit like that.
That woman sits there every day, every night in that dirty robe, telling all kind of lies. You shocked about her saying a line about one thing? Sir.
Was it other pictures?
That was inside my church. I got videos, I got pictures of me inside that church having service. And I let that young lady come in my church, and I talked to her as a friend, that I was trying to figure out how I can help her also as a grieving mother because she had lost her child. She took the picture. She told me how proud of me she was, how much she loved the work that I did in the city of Chicago, and that she wanted to figure out how she could help me. As a matter of fact, Anisha used to always try to help me share things that I did on Facebook. She would always talk to me and encourage me when people would attack me even then. And here, let's take it a step further. Her father was one of my strongest, well, stepfather, was one of my strongest members in the organization that was also national called the Young Leaders Alliance.
Whoa. I remember
Anisha looked at me as somebody that she highly regarded me. So today she shocks me. And so I got a friend who it wasn't me who sent Anisha to go do some stuff for them with my cousin, I guess, and with Black, and I guess she got some attention and she got intoxicated with it and she turned. Or she just do what she do now.
Whoa. No, Jedediah. This the P-Money show, my nigga. You ain't finna bypass like you ain't just say that. She was sent by who?
She was sent by someone during all the time when my cousin started coming out with all of these accusations against me and attacking me. I had a close friend of mine who was trying to figure out what the hell was going on, and Anisha was planted to do a job or to figure out some information, and I guess she got tangled in whatever it is. She was sent to my cousin, and she became, and then she went to Black, and I don't know. So what I don't know is if my cousin got in her head and convinced her that I was this horrible monster, or if it was the gentleman, or not the gentleman, but the asshole. But somehow or another, this woman, who at one point was very much so a huge friend and supporter of mine, is now replacing another woman, Tony Tone, as a co-host on the show, trying to destroy everything that she once said she was proud of. And I'm still to this day completely lost about why or what her motive really is.
She fell in love with a crackhead, bro.
I think she fell in love with attention. She ain't never had it. She was always passed around in school by free will because she was a hoe, and she was I'm sorry, let me not be that offensive. She was promiscuous, and she always looked or wanted and needed attention, and she finally got some. She couldn't figure out advocacy, so take down man who got the juice, I guess. That's the only thing I could put together.
Well, I wasn't even expecting this conversation wasn't even supposed to be about her, but goddamn, release tapes. And I've been saying that for the longest that she was sung by somebody, you or somebody. I've been saying that from the jump. I knew, because when she came around, she wasn't no co-host to him. She wasn't his first co-host. Black was doing skits talking about Teresa Martin and the whole, making fun of the whole Kanika Jenkins case. And then all of a sudden she comes on there. That's why I don't even be trying to defend you or nothing, bro. And that's why I was just sitting here talking about the whole Trump supporting shit, bro. Because I done did some research on that shit, bro. And I know they still on your ass. You ain't had them on your live and didn't even know it and all that shit. And that's just being real.
The one thing that I've never been able to say, because I thought people would think I was a complete lunatic. So I have a team of researchers who do some research, and we've been following this. And the first person to actually expose it, that shocked the hell out of me, was John Frank.
Yeah.
John Frank was the individual that found out what we were already on the trace of. I just never said it to him because John Frank liked to believe he's always first, and he's a great guy. So I said, okay, John, he got it. Let him have it. But he was absolutely correct, and I was impressed that he was at least this this man has been very witty. So I shout out Hula Gang because, again, even John Frank, me and him don't agree on a lot of stuff, but he for truth. And he said that he tells me all the time, man, I don't care about a following. I care about the world being better. And that's why I respect him. And that's why I went to New York and went to his house. And that's why if he called me today, I'd do anything for the same man who was trying to take me down because he for real about it. And so he figured this out. And so now we've been trying to put all these pieces together because this whole time I was trying to figure out what the hell was going on if these things kept coming against me in the way that it has been. And I've discovered that it's a bunch of angry ass white supremacist white people that's utilizing weak-minded, feeble black people to try to destroy my advocacy because it's consistent, it's strong, and it's effective. So I've been playing like I don't know because we've been trying to figure out who they are. But now, y'all didn't crack the damn case before we could finalize. And it's about to be on, my brother. Y'all really finna find out if I had a team of lawyers for real or not. Because I'm going to get there.
Man, yeah, I done been looking into some shit and got some shit that I ain't released yet, yo. And I was like, wow, Joe. And one of them reached out to me when I first started doing my interviews. And I looked past it. Like, I didn't respond. But it was crazy. Hey, quick question. Who is Layla? Who you think Layla is?
I don't know who that woman. She's schizophrenic and bipolar. I ain't got nothing to do with Layla. I have to look into that. I don't know. She don't know if she coming to go. Layla don't know who Layla is.
How she got all these receipts and she wasn't even around?
Well, there must be a spoof page and somebody who knows some stuff, and that happens a lot too. I don't have a clue. The thing that I want to say is this though. That woman that's on this phone right now, that was on your show today, I hope everybody else like her finally just come on out and say what needs to be said. And so
that's why I ain't let her release everything.
I've been under this shadow of this whole freedom fund, and that woman just told everything that's number one is still all on video. I don't be wrong. I be tripping trying to figure out why people act like those videos don't exist or like they ain't seen them. I never initiated accumulating funds. I just never said nothing like that. I was doing my best as the person leading the movement to try to make sure I tapped into, captivated, and appreciated everybody's contribution. And when people wanted to give, we had to find the apparatus to do it. When people wanted to travel in, we had to find an apparatus for them to do it. When people wanted to eat, when they wanted to do whatever, I always tried to make sure we took care of the people that was there. And obviously I wasn't no rich man, so I had to do it with the best that I could. And so I even the name Freedom Fighters, I didn't name Freedom Fighters, the people did. I was always for the people, but that's never ever really recognized. And so I did say, okay, let's start this fund, because if somebody else go to jail, it look like we're gonna be here for the long haul. We need to be able to get them out. And why did I do that? Because one of my biggest issues with Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson and the likes of them, when I was coming up as a young advocate, I would fight them because I was taking their place in the media cycle. And I would fight them because I would tell them, you all would march until it got dangerous, and then y'all will leave the people hanging. And I told them, and I said it on television, the interview was still up on the internet. I said that if I ever was in a position where I would lead the people, I would never leave the people by themselves. I would be the first one there and the last one to leave. And I've done my best to stick by there. But people don't know all this history. That's why people were shocked to find out, well, wait a minute, this man been doing a whole lot of stuff before Kanika. And if you go to the city of Chicago, pmoney, you're in Chicago, people who really pay attention know I've been fighting for us forever. And so when the money thing came up, there was this woman named Sheena who had come into, she was in Chicago, and she would pop up at random when I was doing stuff in Chicago. Now, what I didn't know is that she was doing this to many different activists in the city of Chicago. She would reach out to them online, and she would support their causes. She would send them donations. And so I didn't know her, but I'm like, well, hell, let's be honest. If you out there as an advocate and you're doing it for real and you know the struggle, anybody that's willing to help, you're going to be receptive, or at least at one point I would have been. And so she would come on my lives and she would be And she began to call me her brother. I would begin to call her my sister. Every time I would want to do a project, Sheena would be one of the first ones to give. And that's how we were developing some kind of rapport. I didn't know her. I didn't have no relationship with her personally. And I never met her until I pissed off all them white people in Mount Greenwood. And it was about to be a race war in Chicago because of a young man being shot by a police officer during the funeral procession. And so that's when I met Sheena, because she was the only person that spoke out in the meeting. And she was basically saying, I finally get to meet Jedediah in person, and let's not act like it's not racism in Mount Greenwood, also on video. And so after that, we connected. I was talking to her. She became my brother. I became her brother. She became my sister. And she would help me with things. But again, let's be clear. It's not like I was meeting up with the woman and hanging out with her or getting to know her personally. She was still a supporter online. And so then I finally came to Atlanta after I wanted to give up on life itself. I'm sorry. I hope I'm not talking too long, because I do that.
No, you good, bro.
Am I okay?
This the interview,
okay.
Bro.
So I was getting ready to commit suicide, and people could say it was fake all they want to. But this woman reached out to me. She said, you need to come to Atlanta, and we're going to meet. We met, and there is a video that is still up. I met with Sheena, and then I got online, and I said, this is a woman named Sheena Chicago, and she wants to start an organization. She wants to help young people and mentor them. And guess what? I'm going to make sure that she can get that done. So look out, because Sheena is going to be working with me. I said that. The next thing I know, a little while later, now Kanika Jenkins happens. So
right.
Who shows up while I'm doing advocacy, of course? It's Sheena.
Man to man though, bro. Man to man though? Cause you the forefront, bro. You the one that's all, you feel me? All in the videos. You out here. I understand you using her page. But when we get to the point where all these protesters coming out, they need a place to stay, they need all this, that, whoop up the bang. Then you do the Cash App thing. Why give her that much power, Jedediah? Like why give that?
I trusted her, and I did not. This is the thing. I trusted her, and I didn't need it because it wasn't about money. I was genuinely committed to getting justice for Kanika by that point. Do you not know what I done? Y'all, people don't even know what I did when I went out there for Kanika. I was gearing up to run for mayor of the third largest city in America. It was no way in the hell I needed to be go marching for no young girl's death that would create a divide in opinion, because a whole lot of people in Chicago were saying, man, that was an accident, that's her fault. Basically, I needed to stay clear of that if I was trying to do this for my self-serving reason. I was running for mayor of Chicago already. I had already announced it. I had already had teams that was being developed for me to do it. And so when I went up there, it was because of another young activist called me, and he said, we need to go and do something about this. As a brother, I went on here with him. And when I got up there, I was tricked by an older activist that I had a lot of respect for, because we had worked on a lot of stuff for. But when I saw what was going on, I said, wait a minute, this doesn't seem right. And I asked him, did you see what you saying you saw? Because no family is going to give us permission to go on and say something like this, and they not even here. And I said, something about this ain't right.
That's when I started watching you, bro. And I started watching this shit because my grandma and all of them, my mama was watching. I go, you feel me? And that's when I started watching you around that time. So with that, I was man, I was looking at you. I'm like, it's a good brother. Woo out the bang, bro. I started watching you support the whole thing. And then,
but this is what I need you to understand. This is what I need you to understand what I did that day. That man who I respected said to me, Jedediah, you have a large amount of respect in the city. You're one of the youngest people with a lot of respect. You need to help me help bring closure to this situation. I hadn't even met or talked to Teresa Martin at that point. I didn't know nothing. I had no connection with the family. All I had was a connection with a man that I respected. I stood on that press conference, and I was feeling like something ain't right. I got off of that, and I said, I want to see the video. He wouldn't provide it. I said, I want to talk to the mama. I couldn't talk to her. I said, I want to know exactly what you saw. He explained it. It didn't fucking make sense to me. And I said, no, this case don't feel like that. And I got on my live and I said, y'all forget this. They lying. It's a setup. Dude, bogus. Do you know who I crossed at that moment? Let me help you out. This man is the most valuable resource in the city of Chicago as it relates to dealing with shootings, which is the only thing that Chicago media cares about. Andrew Holmes is it. He's the one that they go to for the information. So crossing Andrew Holmes is crossing my ability to get my message out over the airwaves. But don't nobody think about or know that. People don't know what the hell they're talking about. At that moment, I was a damn fish out of water. Because what advocates need is their relationships with the media to be intact. And all of the media people were mad at me because they felt like I crossed a good man who was a very valuable resource to them. And he's on the news every single day dealing with tragedy in the city of Chicago. I had put myself in a hell of a hole for that girl. And so when I did that, I then became a focal point of everything that was going on. Now, what people don't know what happened behind that is that now I'm fighting with another activist, Jamal Green. I'm fighting with Andrew Holmes. I'm fighting with a whole lot of activists in Chicago who hate me anyway. You know why? Because every time I move, the shit gets big. Every time I move, I become the focal point. Every time I move, and it's just pure jealousy. And so I put a lot on the line for this situation. And I'm sorry, I feel like I'm talking too long. Go ahead. What's the next question?
I don't know. I mean, I feel you. I mean, that's when I started following. You feel me? I just stopped fucking with you after the whole disappointment with Teresa Martin and then all the trolls and then all that. You know how that shit go. But we can fast forward though. I got a couple questions for you.
But I do want to say this though. So here's another thing that people don't know. My lawyer was one of the best damn lawyers that I could have had as an advocate. He was also the lawyer for Blagojevich, who was the governor of the state of Illinois that went to jail. His name is Sam. At the moment, I lost my lawyer because he was then becoming the lawyer for Kanika's mother, who also is connected to advocates like Andrew Holmes. I lost him. He didn't answer my calls. When I tell you, I was isolated, bro, for standing against what the system was saying about this case. It was so much stuff going on. I was being pulled in all kind of rooms, all kind of meetings. They were trying to figure out who knew me, who could get me to shut up, who could get me to be quiet. They kept calling me, asking me to come do this, that, and the third, as they always do in advocacy happen when you were effective. And so when I did that, when I was by myself, all I could rely on is these complete strangers, somebody I knew from my childhood, this woman who always seemed like she was a real supporter of mine, who I was just finding out because people now starting to hear her name. And the other advocates would call me and say, oh yeah, that's that lady Sheena. She gave me money. She good people. Everybody liked it. I'm like, yes, I'm rocking with her. This girl is trustworthy. So then when we're doing it and we're going every day and we're going hard, I'm communicating with Sheena because I'm focused on the marching and the fighting and keep people organized and people focused and trying to deal with all these fires that's going on that people don't got a clue about. I'm relying on her to help me keep the message across on the internet. And so when my Facebook page got blocked, who else then do I go to? Sheena James, this woman that has been so supportive. Ma'am, I need to use your Facebook page because mine is blocked. Now, here's the crazy part. The first person's page I used was not Sheena's. It was Tori's. But I said I'm going to use Sheena's because Sheena seemed to have been able to have more time to focus on what we had going on because Tori was busy with a whole lot of other stuff. And so she would be the always one I would ask to put up the information when I'm going to go live because Sheena was paying attention. And then it came to the point when we went to the money side. Well, from what I understood, this woman is a very wealthy woman. She ain't worried about no money. She's very trustworthy. She's been consistent. Nobody else but her. I said, Sheena, you're the only one I trust. Let's go ahead and figure out a way for us to raise the funds so that we can take care of the people in the march. Sheena set it up. She put it in her name, and she made it clear. because my name is on this and because my credibility is on this, I'm going to control it. I said, I don't even care about that. Just as long as when it's time to get stuff done, there is no delay so that we can get the funds done. But what I did know is that she had already told people that she was going to start her own organization from the jump. She had already planned to start her own organization. And what I also didn't know is that she was not basically telling me everything that I needed to know because Sheena already had her own plan. I don't think that her plan was to necessarily destroy me, but I think that her plan was to get a platform off of the work that was being done.
I will.
And because it became popular.
So you don't think that she? Cause I'm trying to look at it in two different scenarios. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't think she was downplaying you the whole time, bro? Like speak on the money situation in the aspect of the ledgers. You get what I'm saying? Cause the ledgers we saw withdrawings with your picture right next to it. So if she's holding the cash and the cash app or whatnot, and she got the access, and you every time you ask for money, is she sending it to you? Like how was that going? Like why is it so much like you paying phone bills and like talk about that?
So I never had any control over the ledgers at all, and that's why again I don't understand people's gripe, because I said everything on the damn internet. And I got on there and I would say, donate to the Freedom Fund. And I would say that I don't have any access to the Freedom Fund, which means, let me tell you what I mean by no access. I couldn't move money. I couldn't see what was coming in. I couldn't see who was getting what, when, where, what, and how. I couldn't go on there and look at the history. I had no access whatsoever. Only Sheena. And she was trusted. Most of the time, I didn't even ask how much was even in there. And I never even asked the woman to show me. The one time I asked her to show me, she said, you focus on the ground game, the focus, and I'm going to focus on the money. And when she said it, it should have alarmed me, but I didn't think twice. But I was like, well, whatever, fine. I don't care about it anyway. This is what we need. So she would call me. We would talk to each other all the time. And I would say, this is what we need to get. We need to get whistles. We need to have people a place to stay. We need to put this aside for bail money. And she would always make sure that it was done right away. It was no delay. So it was never a problem. Now, the other stuff as it relates to cell phone bills and things like that, I have now come to learn that there have been things that have been paid for out of the Freedom Fund that when said to have been paid for out of her own pocket, which is a complete 100% fallacy. It's a lie. She paid for with Freedom Fund funds and says she paid for with her own money. One of those things is a cell phone bill. I've never had Metro PCS, but it was Rena's cell phone bill. How do I know this for a fact? Because Rena came to me and said, oh my God, Sheena told me she paid for the cell phone bill, but it was actually paid for out of the Freedom Fund. And so Sheena says, well, I put $800 in there to start the Freedom Fund, and she told that everywhere we went. I did not dispute it, but I was wondering why she never told the rest of it. Because the full story is she gave $800 to start the Freedom Fund. We bailed a few people out of jail. But when the money started coming in from the general public, Sheena got all of her money back. So she gave the Freedom Fund a loan, not an investment. And she got it all back. And anything that was needed to be done was taken care of because she had control over it. Mm-hmm. And so if you see a picture with me taking money out of the Freedom Fund, it's not possible. Because even today, I got online and I said, I've now been given the ledger and I've been given the remainder of the money. But if you look at the video, I also say I have yet to be able to look at it. But I do have it and I will be reviewing it soon. And when I went to review it, I saw a lot of stuff crossed out and I saw a lot of things change for me to say, this is not a genuine ledger. I cannot speak on this and I have not done it to date.
Why not release it?
I've not released it because some of the very things that I'm looking at on the ledger, I've seen Lionel with it, which he could have only gotten it from Sheena, so that she gave him a skewed ledger and he used it to do what he wants to do. Then there's this fake ledger that's been put out that I saw, and I was like, well, this is all the stuff that is already out there. There's no need for me to repeat it and keep the fan flame. I am the target. The less I say, the most or the best. And here's the other thing. I never desired, even to this point, to destroy no Sheena. All I ever desired to do was for the truth to be told. I ain't never done nothing against Sheena except for give that woman a platform. Now, I released her address online, but people just cannot believe or fathom for one possible second, knowing that I done fucked up a whole lot of other stuff, that was a mistake. But it was. And what did I do? The moment it was pointed out, I deleted it. I removed it. But outside of that, I ain't never done anything against Sheena. And even today, this is the first time I spoke on the Dana Williams case. But if I was so much so trying to destroy the woman, I could have easily got online and started a whole bunch of bullcrap and say, look, she done fucked up. And if that was me, y'all would be dragging me from heaven to hell because I would have messed up Dana Williams' case. But I ain't done it. And I've tried to call her so many times as a mature, grown adult, saying, let's do this stuff the right way. And the only reason why is because I feel responsible for people knowing who she is as a quote-unquote advocate. That's supposedly a nurse. She needs to stay in the lane or get the tutelage or get more experience
Sheena,
in
man.
it so that you don't mess
I
up
like
like
Sheena,
that.
but I'm trying to weigh out what's really going on. Everybody loves Sheena. You get what I'm saying? Motherfuckers fucked with you at one point.
It does appear that way. Go ahead.
Yeah. So it's like, I don't know. I'm just, you feel me? It's an interview. We talking, but bro, who stabbed you, bro?
Did you all not see the police report that was released?
Bro,
I'm confused.
Jedediah Brown, bro. Who stabbed you, bro?
There was a man at a gas station, a random guy that I don't know. Police report was made public. All y'all saw the police report. It's a valid police report. It was a man at the gas station.
You ain't gonna break that news. You ain't gonna break that news on pmoney channel. It's cool. All right, look. Next question.
I'm telling you, it was a guy. Y'all just really want me to say it was some boyfriend of mine that had an altercation with him. Now y'all go to hell with that.
I don't know what it was. I just want the truth. I don't know.
I'm the one that went on a national news outlet and said I am bisexual as far as tendency. Bro, that's personal. Why y'all keep acting shocked about some possibility of me having an interaction with the same sex?
I never said, hey Jed, bro. I never said that a gay nigga stabbed you. I just asked the question, bro. We moving on. We moving on. Hey, no, but
it was some guy I didn't know, and that's why I was gonna beat his. It was some guy who was going in my car while was another fight going on.
Bro,
with some people
you keep talking about it, bro. I'm gonna have to talk about it. I'm trying to go past it, but bro, your video did not add up to nothing, bro. You was Superman that night, nigga.
What you mean?
Cause you say I was in the stove. He came. It was about 3 of us willing to fight. These big dudes. It was about how many you said was of them, and how many people
it was? A guy that came into a store. He came into the gas station, just basically starting stuff with us. He got into a fight with another guy.
Who is us?
Huh?
You had freedom fighters with you?
No. It was me, 3 other. It was customers. We were all customers, bro. I didn't know them people.
So now y'all fight.
I left the house that me, Sheena, Rena, Tashina, TJ, Mello, all in,
live, right?
Because inside that house, we were all fighting each other. We were all fighting each other because of Mallory's situation. Whoa. And it got pretty ugly. I told them, fuck all of them. I'm out. I left because I know people in Atlanta. And when I left, I stopped at a gas station. When I went into the gas station, the altercation happened. It was turned towards me.
I'm saying, so it was a 3-on-3? It was a 3-on-3, 1-on-1, 2-on-2?
No,
what?
Brother, it was, let me tell you what it was. I guess it was a robbery attempt that just didn't go well.
Oh, they were trying to rob him?
He was random as hell when he went in there. He just started coming at all of us. They got into a fight. They added me into it. When I went outside, there was some other guys over there by where my car was. The fight ended up by my car.
That's what I was trying to get to, bro. How you, Jedediah, bro? So you had time during the fight to reach in your car and put your phone down, bro? Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, what the hell? Did you not see me at the
All right, next question. Jed, next question, bro. Who
what
is
you talking about?
Who is Hannah to you, bro? Let's speak on Hannah.
Hannah used to be one of my favorite spies. She turned to.
She another Linesha. Speak on her though.
Hannah
Like
just wants to. She
what
just
she
wants
used to do
attention.
for you? Like what was the point of her? Cause I don't know if you saw I did an interview with her, bro, and I exposed the fact that she was. You get what I'm saying? So what she was doing for you? She was trolling in black group or what she was doing?
She Hannah was Hannah. Long story short, was a double agent of her own will because she just wanted relevance and attention. She would go give them information, come back give us information, do it back and forth, and then to a point where I just got tired of it and I outed her and said I don't want to hear nothing else she got to say.
Right.
Long story short.
Long story short, okay, we can move past that. Oh shit, I'm in the weed.
So,
anyways,
I don't even know what we started talking about. I sometimes, I could get sidetracked if I start getting into all this stuff. Can we go to meat and potatoes? All this sidebar stuff is I think irrelevant.
You say all this sidebar. I mean, shit. I mean, we can release these tapes. You finna release some tapes live? I mean, what's the situation with Mallory? Like, what really happened at that meeting? Or at that meeting group?
Which meeting?
The one when she was crying. What made her go make that live? Why was the whole split up between you and her or her and Val?
You're talking about recently or before?
No, I'm talking about when it all kicked off.
The recent stuff or the before stuff?
The before stuff. Like, why y'all split up?
Mallory is not... Okay, so... Lord have mercy. I think Mallory and Valerie had a relationship before the Freedom Fighters. Valerie joined Freedom Fighters. They were all working with Sheena. Sheena focused on administrative stuff. She focused on the funds. She focused on the business aspect of the Freedom Fighters by
right.
Per her request. You probably wouldn't believe this, but I was trying my best to keep stuff together. I just didn't fight fights I should have fought. I called Mallory and Valerie. I was always going on live, say, if you want to fill out an application, reach out to Mal or Val. And one day I decided to call all three of them because I had no interaction. And I said, I want you, Mal, and you, Val, to know I really appreciate all the things that you all have done for justice and helping us to be able to keep things organized. I couldn't get their numbers from Sheena. And so Sheena was on the call and she listened. When I hung up the phone, Sheena called me back and said, now, why would you disrespect me like that? And I said, what are you talking about? She was like, I always appreciate them and thank them. And I don't need you to go on there undermining me as if you the big head honcho of justice. And when you say something, everybody ought to be floating in the cloud. I said, well, damn, Sheena, I just wanted them to know I appreciate it. But if you felt offended by that, I'll never speak to them again. And I didn't. So me and Valerie and Mallory didn't have no connection. So now we finally go to North Carolina when I'm finna meet Mal. And on my way to meet Mallory, I sent in Jasmine, who was my assistant, and Rena, who was an original freedom fighter, to kick off the meeting. When they went in there to kick off the meeting, because there was no communication, Mallory had already started the meeting. Rena cut off.
Damn.
Because Serena was like, I'm under the hospital.
Okay, see, we ain't know that part. This is my first time hearing that. So that's how
Serena
it kicked off. Cut her off. Yeah, that's my first time.
Sheena had told Mallory to start it, but I didn't know it. And so Mallory was finna fight with Rena, and Rena was finna whoop Mallory's ass. So when I came inside the building, Mallory was standing in the corner all sour and poker faced. Rena was being Rena. I don't give a hell what she think. I'm running this meeting. I'm starting it off. We had the meeting, and when it was over, we went back to the house that we all staying in. I told Mal, because she was supposed to stay with us, you can stay here. And she had a whole attitude, and I had to try to mediate them, and they ended up going to bed, basically saying, forget each other. We woke up the next day. We went to Atlanta together. We drove. Mal ended up going inside the restaurant after we had our meet and greet in Atlanta, and she was still upset. Rena was still upset. Mal ended up leaving the restaurant in the middle of the damn restaurant time, before we even sat down. And everybody was scrambling trying to find out where Mallory went. And that's the only time I've seen this girl, spoke to her, or had any kind of relationship with her. And after that, I had to call her to figure out where she was, and that's how I started talking to Mallory. And it was a total of 2 times. Two or three times, very short conversation. She started speaking to my mother, not me. And so there is no fallout or breakup with me and Mallory because we never had a relationship. And then supposedly she said, well, when she met me, I wasn't the guy on the line. Well, you think? Because we were all pissed off
on Black. When she was on Officer Rosebud's show, she said she'll never talk bad about you. And if certain people step down out your organization, she'll join back. I heard that with my own ears. You know what I'm saying? This when she first came on Black Man show.
And so Sheena had told me that she wanted Mallory gone. And
I heard she didn't like Sheena too. I heard some shit about that her and Sheena had issues.
They were, man, that's what I'm telling you. That's why this stuff just really is a gaffe to me. It makes me crack up because these people hated each other's guts. I was the glue. Now I'm the target. And what do they all have in common at this point, if you ask me, is that they ain't got nothing really going for themselves. And they figured out, well, damn, we thought we destroyed him and he just sustained it. And the same time that they all act the fool, we finna release new music. We got a whole bunch of new people joining. We got all these new announcements and we getting ready to charter. And so now all y'all pop y'all heads back up mad as hell again out the complete blue. It's crazy.
That's what I'm saying. That post just came out of nowhere, bro. Like, it was like bad timing for that shit. That shit fucked me up because I'm like, bro, y'all keep playing with Kanika, bro. I'm from the West Side, bro. That shit ain't no game out here, bro. Like, that shit hurting my whole fucking side of town, nigga. You know what I'm saying? And then people using that shit as a game and as a pawn to, you feel me, make a reaction out of people. I don't like that.
I mean, this is the crazy part because I put my hands to God before God. Bro, I still ain't talked to Teresa Martin since all of this stuff. And that was the fucking day I was finna reach out to this woman and say, we got a new song and I want to know how you feel about us making sure that I keep our commitment to honoring your daughter. Because a part of this song that I'm listening to, that I had them make, they made it to tribute to your child. Because I wouldn't have what I got if it wasn't for her. And I could, man, next thing I know, it's just a whole shitstorm.
Now, Jed, bro. Now, what if you would have put? Now, think about this. What if you would have put on there like you committed and you would have did it? How you think that would have went? You heard me?
I wish I would have found out. I think once again I made a dumbass mistake. I didn't think it through. I wish I would have found out. But you know what? I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna tell you this. I'm going to tell you 2 things that I'm a firm believer in. If it was real, it would be happening right now.
That's what I said, bro. And that's not even...
Number 2,
that's real shit.
I don't think there's nothing that I can do that these people will celebrate. They demonize everything because they want me to be the tyrant because I am big homie on the block. And I get it. It's okay. I understand. I've been getting attacked all my life because of my public profile. So this isn't strange to me. But if it was real, y'all wouldn't be on live all damn day long talking about Jedediah's response. Y'all would be trying to get the plans together to get your asses out there in March. You wouldn't be, and then what's that man's name? Anton come on and say, Stephon Clark. Y'all didn't miss the mission. Y'all didn't miss the point. And now everybody like, you right. He got us all off track, off focus. What the fuck is y'all talking about? Y'all have been talking about me all fucking day. But y'all talking about now, we got to be focused on the bigger picture and the goal. So a long story short, what I did on the post as a quote unquote distraction is what y'all all doing all day. Y'all staying distracted. So, because you don't know what you're doing. You don't know how to do it. You don't know how to get people together because half y'all messy as hell. And I'm not talking about specifically Rena, Mello, and TJ, because make it clear, them are my sisters. I think that Rena made the post with good intention. She talking to all these people in a neutral place, and I think it just was conveyed incorrectly. So I don't think she thought about how tagging all them dumbass people was going to affect the whole scheme of things.
Right.
But them, they ain't gonna, man. Look, oh no. Let me pause. Let me come back. Let me pause and come back and say this. I feel like some of them talk about they'll jump back on this let's fight for Kanika because their relevance has been skewed. And Kanika is a buzzword. If you say Kanika, you're going to get attention. People are going to pay attention because it's one of the biggest mysteries of our day. It is the Emmett Till case of our generation. And so I feel like all of them put up this whole, oh, let's get back out there and fight for Kanika because they want to look a certain way. Unlike me, I don't give a I'm going to tell you how I really feel. And here's my case in point. So this man Black gets on this page and says on Mallory's Live, it's some stuff I wanted to say, but I didn't say it. I just put it in the inbox, and that makes me a man. No, mother freak. No, dude. So what you're telling me is you had these thoughts. I was just ignorant and putting it out front, but it's really how you felt.
Fuck that. He had no reason to be on that fucking post, bro. He been disrespecting her since day one. You even disrespected her, but you apologized for the shit. But he been disrespecting her since the shit first kicked off. His first fucking video, that pop, he was disrespecting her. So for him to even have any type of play in this is bullshit. And they know it. And they sucking the shit up because matter y'all on this show and shit. They look dumb as hell. Like, y'all friends with this nigga, bullshit. But y'all love Teresa.
Let me tell you what let's take it a step further. Everybody mad at me because they saying Jedediah ain't doing nothing. Justice ain't doing nothing. We have had to go completely off online because every person we tried to help, they would send individuals to try to defame us while they grieving. Who the fuck does that? You talking about people who ain't got nothing to do with what y'all got. You all in the inbox. He a fraud. He gonna steal from you. He gonna do this. He gonna do that. These are people who reached out to us for help. Huh?
No, I'm talking to the chat. Go ahead.
These people who reached out to us for help, and y'all in they freaking inboxes trying to distract them with irrelevant stuff, which at the end of the day, like me or not, think my motive is wrong or not, it ain't no damn body else out here bringing awareness to a lot of these people cases who can't give it. So y'all actually doing more damage to the world than you're helping. If I'm a fraud, let the IRS do their job, which, by the way, they laughed when I told them what I was dealing with. And truth be told, I'm going to say it in the public. I hope that them other people filed taxes like I did. Because it could bite them in the ass.
Man, nigga, they said I worked for you, bro. Tell these people I don't fucking work for you, bro. I don't even know you. Tell these they said.
I don't know, right? I don't know you. I mean, from what I understood, you wanted to fight me. So
bro, I was on that with you, bro. I'm not gonna lie. We gonna keep this shit 100. That's why you blocked me off your page and everything, bro. They don't know that part. You feel me?
I didn't even know you. I didn't know you. I knew John. Next thing I know, you popped up. And you was bashing me too. No, you're not paid. No, nobody's paid. These people can't keep their shit straight. But they need new content. They got to make up some new outrageous shit every day. And I'm going to tell you this, and I'm going to offend everybody. I noticed the only people who follow them are people who would have never donated in the first place because they miserable. Them the ones that's lonely. Them the ones that ain't got no men. Them the ones that ain't got no money. The people who actually got a brain, got an education, they got finances, they got family. They see through the bullshit. How you the defender of women, but you disrespect women every fucking chance you get and mask it as comedy.
Man, bro.
So why don't I just start saying I'm a comedian and do all the shit that y'all saying I'm doing wrong? Then maybe it'll be all right. So as of today, I'm the comedian Jedediah. You talking about you mad at No. Let me help y'all. Let me help y'all. What really made me laugh. Let me tell you something. I think was the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. Certain things I'm like, these people are fucking idiots. You got this woman on here with her husband. What's them people name? I forgot the damn name. From California. Marie.
Yeah, I love Marie. I like Marie.
Yeah. Okay. So look, You got Marie on here. She just going all crazy, batshit crazy, talking all this shit. These people offered us all kind of stuff. We ain't asked them for a damn thing. If the only time I asked Marie and her husband for anything specifically was to get some medication for Lamont when he was sick. That's it. I said I ain't asked for them to do a damn thing. They the ones that came to Texas. Would you please come back to California with us so we can get our chapter started and blah, 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 blah. But the whole time I'm rocking with these people and I'm appreciating them and I'm again doing it publicly. Black is on his page talking about some, I'm going to expose Jedediah Brown's funders and their Ponzi scheme and how crooked they are and how they stealing from people. And then now that they on live talking shit about me, oh, I love my auntie. She gonna give me a limo. And everybody like, yeah, fuck Jed. You're right, these people are great. And then she on there talking something, and fuck Jed talking about something, I'm running the Ponzi screen. I'm looking like you old ditzy motherfucking lady. And I couldn't even watch this stuff no more because it's outrageous. And then I'm looking at these people talking about they showing lobster. They talking shit. They saying stuff about me. They cussing me out. They talking about they gonna whip my ass. And I'm sitting there with my lawyer looking at this the next day. And he said, "You got him now. You got him now. You got him now. What you want to do?" I said, "Fuck him. God to deal with it." But I could have sued them dumbass people.
Yeah, I ain't gonna speak that on them. I got a good relationship with her. I don't know what went on with y'all, so I can't speak on her like that.
You can have a good relationship with her, but I tell you this. No, I ain't gonna tell you nothing. I looked at that, but he's the one who called them Ponzi screen.
Yeah, no, that's 100. Jedediah, I exposed that.
People.
Yeah, I exposed that on my show, bro, that he was the first person to come out on his show and call them that shit and say that about their business. I exposed that. I never
said, and I never done anything.
That's facts.
And that's another thing that just really bothered me because I never done anything to Marie. Actually, I liked her. I thought she was all crazy. Like, this woman is funny as hell. But the thing that really happened is that the chapter, this is the problem. This is the real problem. Everything falls on me. So whenever all the chapters and stuff go bad and people fighting each other, it always come back to me. So I was shocked when she was bashing because I'm like, I have not done anything against Marie. I ain't had a problem with them. They left, so be it. I put her out because I felt like it was drama. Well, if you've been looking at the lives, Marie can be a little turned up at times. And so there's another thing that people want to know. People always been saying, well, Jedediah, it's always about you. Why ain't you putting these originals in position? Because I'm trying to organize a legitimate organization that's going to be respected and that has longevity. And I've done this before.
How many members you got to this day?
Huh?
How many members you got to this day?
Today we are, I don't know the exact number of members that we have, but I can tell you that we are solidified and we're still in the thousands. We still got probably 1,000 or 2,000 people who consider themselves freedom fighters. Huh?
No, that was just funny. Because I remember you said,
what you say?
I said that was funny when you said you got 1,000. You used to have 1,000 people on your live at one point that was believing.
Yeah, man, I'm dwindling, but it doesn't. But you know what? Unfortunately, there's it's like no drama, but and that's what people thrive on, and I don't care about that. If people, this. So here's the thing, though. Here is it in its full scope. Forget about a live. I got chats, statewide chats, where I go in and out of them all day long looking at our members across the country. The live is not what shows me the membership, it's what's in our internal conversations and all these separate chats that we have across the state. But then beyond that, most of the people who consider themselves to be freedom fighters, and so I can put this in perspective, there is no real requirement from them. So I don't have people across the country giving us dues. The only people who give money to justice right now is a handful of leaders. So it's a farce to say that we're stealing money from people or people are paying our way. People are not donating because we have not asked them to do that. Now, there's a process by which when you get chartered and you get a mission for your local area, then that's when you start talking about dues upon general membership. But there are people who I could just be walking down the street and they'd be like, I'm a freedom fighter. well, what does that really mean? And we've been trying to organize and identify who and what we're going to be all this time because it happened overnight. But then it is also a localized effort. It's not about follow Jed. It's about what can you do where you live. And so we're going real slow, and it ain't even a year old yet.
Hey, Jed, quick question, because they watching. I got word that they watching us right now. Hey, bro, is that the only picture that you ever took with Anisha?
No, I knew Anisha for majority of we were teenagers. I knew the girl.
Mm-hmm.
But what does it mean? What does it matter? I'm
just saying, like, cause she's saying like she don't know you, dude. Like you get.
Man, Anisha is a fucking liar. Okay.
Like it seemed like, dude, have y'all ever had a personal relationship? Like she seemed like she just so in love with you, bro. Like that's all she want to talk about is you, bro. Like did she ever like you or some shit?
I swear to God on the stack of Bibles, Anisha admired me, looked up to me, wanted to work with me, wanted to date me. Anisha was a fan. And I don't know what the hell got into that girl. Talking about God put her on an assignment to take me down. You climb. She and me had no issues. And that's why I'm saying the only thing I can think of is that she done got around my cousin. And my cousin inundated her with some craziness. And she clearly is already off her rocker. And she's on this crusade.
So what's up with you and her? So what's up with you and her stepfather?
Her stepfather, his name is Rodney Washington, for somebody who don't know her. I show no names, right? I know her dad's name. Her dad was a Young Leaders Alliance member. He was at one point standing right next to me doing a whole lot of things in the city of Chicago, and he was a huge supporter of mine as an advocate, and we worked very closely together on a lot of things. I did not know that was his daughter. I found out later through my treasurer. But all the time, Anisha and Robin and Alicia and Tatiana and Sean and me and all of us, we all grew up together. So for her to say she don't know me is complete bullshit. And it's more bullshit because she's a bullshitter without a purpose. So you couldn't help me or you couldn't figure out to do what I did. So you had to become an enemy of mine just under the auspices to find you some kind of relevance or purpose in your life. Girl, go get a clue. Because it ain't going to work. It ain't working out for you too well.
Wow. Real receipts. Real receipts, man. This ain't no clone. It's the real Jedediah Brown.
I wish, man. Let me shut up.
Yeah, they was trying to say that you worked for her father, though.
No. Her dad worked with me. Pictures of that, too.
Ethan wants your attention so bad, bro. How you feel about Ethan?
How do I feel about him?
Yeah, what's your deal with Ethan?
I don't have a deal with Ethan. I'm hopeful that Ethan will be able to get his stuff together, because from what I heard last, he may have some issues and he needs some help. But
yeah, I did a video with him.
Huh?
I said I did a live with him. He was explaining the situation.
I gotta be honest, man. Like you said, Ethan's trying to get my attention.
Yeah, he's in my chat right now. He keeps saying, tell you.
Ethan was a man that I didn't know that came to fight for Kanika, and he was all in. Like, this was a white man that was all in. He shocked me because he would go the distance. This man sat outside and he suffered for her in a lot of ways, and I saw it on view. And I opened up my doors to Ethan, and then it just shocked me that, he was bashing me, and then he would retract it, then he would bash me again, then he would retract it. And I helped Ethan every chance that I could. My then secretary helped Ethan every chance she could. And I didn't understand why he was up and down with me outside of, I guess is what everybody's trying to do. And so at this point, if Ethan needed help, I would still help him because I believe that he's a decent man. And when you go through stuff, sometimes you make unstable decisions. Hello, I've done that.
Yeah,
But
he
I don't have
said
an
reach
angst
out
against
to him.
Ethan. I just
He
will
said
not.
reach out to
I
him.
got to make this clear. I will not give Ethan a second chance to hurt me like he did. Neither none of the rest of them. They're not getting a chance again. But I would definitely help him if he needed me to help him, because I don't want no man to suffer or that violence. Truly. Except for my cousin. She could die today. I spit in her grave.
Whoa. Yeah. You want to speak on China Fox
As a matter of fact,
and your cousin?
if she dies and you heard that I kicked her casket over in the funeral, you better believe it.
What's up with you and China
Outside
Fox
of that,
and her?
I don't care.
Y'all
China
had,
Fox is also somebody similar. That tripped me out. China, but you know what? The one thing about China Fox that I give her is that I think I was an asshole to her in school. I did not know that China Fox was the girl at school who was gothic. She hated Christians. She was real introvert. She was quiet, and I think I might have tortured her a little bit. So
you didn't know
was she doing, or was she?
B100. So you didn't know that was her when she showed up to the protest and showed up to the police station? You didn't know that was her?
Hell no, she wasn't that big when I saw her in high school. She looked different to me. I did not recognize her. That's why I kept saying, "Who are you? Who are you?" And then I had to, Alicia had to call me and tell me, "Do you know who that is?" I was like, "No." And then
who was that called you? Hold on, bro, because I reacted to that video yesterday. So somebody they was calling you and telling you, warning you, right?
That's the girl from high school.
Come on, bro. I be knowing what I'm talking about. I be trying to tell my people that I be paying attention and I speak on facts. You get what I'm saying?
She said, "That's Alicia Thompson," and I said, "Are you fucking serious?" And Alicia Thompson was also another girl who actually, like I said, I tortured her in high school a little bit, but she was another person who was that was also supportive at one time. She was trying to be an activist herself, and she's another person that went to my cousin somehow and then just went batshit crazy. I ain't seen Alicia Thompson since high school, since my freshman year of high school, and she popped up back in my life at the Rosemont.
Why you think Anisha won't talk about Alicia?
Because Alicia know her shit. Now I'm gonna tell you something. She can act tough if she want to, but she dare not piss off Alicia, because I'm gonna tell you one thing I say about Alicia. Alicia is a woman of real integrity. Alicia been a real close friend of mine, and a friend of my family, and a member of my family for a long time. But not even Alicia will come and tell me the stuff she know about Anisha, because she will not break the pact of their friendship. Whatever they agreed to as friends, she is not gonna break it. But she told me real clear, if Anisha ever thinks she want to play and put her lips on me or fight me for real, I'll make sure she'll never want to be on another YouTuber day in her life. And when Alicia say something like that, which I already knew, when she got some stuff that I know Anisha don't want to be out there, so she better stop acting like she tough and like she ain't scared of it, because she know the truth.
And that's why I stopped following them, bro. I actually unfollowed that night that Alicia Spice came in the chat room on their show and was telling her, and they was sitting there having a conversation back and forth. I'm like, man, you know what, bro? And I asked Anisha, I'm like, why we gotta keep going after Jed and she helping him take from grieving mothers and shit. You know what I'm saying? And she just act like she didn't see the response. I mean, my answer and then comment behind me. I'm like, okay, it's something weird about that. So we can't talk about her, man. I'm not finna follow y'all. Y'all let's be on here lying and shit, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she know that, and I said stuff that, again, like, people be mad at me because I said stuff about her as a grieving mother, and they try to create this pattern of grieving mother. And I'm gonna say this to people who don't understand it. My cousin, who was my favorite cousin, lied on me in the worst way with our son. And I'm talking not biologically, her biological son, me by him being my cousin, but I helped her raise him. That really destroyed me. And for me to have understood that he died by suicide, and to know some of the background stuff that people don't know about yet, I hate her. And so I don't, but everybody surrounded her as the grieving mother. So that's another reason why I'm insensitive to this whole notion of grieving mother, because just some of these people that get this grieving mother pass don't deserve it. And no, I'm not going to say I'm perfect. If people listen to me, I say it all the time. I am not perfect, but my imperfection is not malicious. It's not snakish. It's not for drama. I'm a fighter. I'm not for drama. I will fight you back. I will talk back to you, but that's not, I don't want nobody to destroy it. I'll whoop your ass, and then I pray for you, give you a drink of water, and give you a Band-Aid. And say, now I'm big bro, shut the fuck up in the future. That's the kind of person I am. And so I said what I said about her, and it was very insensitive, but I'm gonna be honest. It's the truth, according to what I know. Anisha was an abusive parent. And I ain't just saying I know it by hearsay. She keep on acting like I don't know her. Girl, you better stop playing. She was an abusive parent. And that's why I gotta be quiet at some point.
Yeah, moving on. You heard about Officer Rosebud's threats today?
Who was Officer Rose? You talking about Black?
Yeah, that bitch ass nigga.
Let me give him his threat. And you can record this, Black. I had the pleasure of speaking with the DA of California. Your days are numbered. And see, you didn't realize what people mean when they say I'm a public figure. You can't keep fucking with people and don't think karma will one day bite you in the ass. Anybody that want to call me a snitch, anybody want to say I work with the police, anybody that want to hate me when Black loses his freedom, you can do it. Kiss my ass. So you want a real threat? Your DA called. I talked to him. I can't wait for you to go to court, motherfucker.
Oh, yeah, April 4th. It's cracking. I did a video on that. You already know it's cracking. I made that.
They talked to a whole lot
my
of people.
first video, I told him, nigga, not to mention my people.
He didn't harass. He didn't disrespect it. He didn't, all kind of lies. We, you know what I love about real advocates? Real advocates, we know how to do research. So I know how to go and find out stuff. You know what? You can dig in people's past, but people can dig in your past, but they forget. You can dig right back in theirs. So hey, I hope he don't drop no soap. He better get liquid. I think he gay.
Yeah, his ass a fag. He love talking about dicks and shit. But we finna move on. We ain't finna have that type of conversation.
I think he family. Yeah, he family.
Yeah,
I'm bisexual by tendency. And
damn, that nigga say you family, bro. I ain't never heard that shit.
He family. He family, bro. And another thing that I want to say for people to understand, and this is just my truth, is that another reason why I identify as bisexual is not necessarily because I want to be with a man. It's because my nephew, my cousin, who was raised as my nephew but also became a son, he was feminine, and I believe he would have gone down that road. And we were very hard on him. My family is religious. Very hard on him for that. And then on the other side of his family, he felt like he was misunderstood often. He was misunderstood by other children. He was a brilliant kid. And part of me saying that was to spite my family and to honor him. So when people make fun of me saying I'm bisexual, they don't even know what they're making fun of. I did it because I was, even as a person that was a pastor myself or preaching in the church, I feel like I missed the mark on loving him in some areas where I should have. And the only thing I can do right now is I let my family know we fucked up with one of the greatest human beings. I got to live with that for the rest of my life. I don't have a child to leave a legacy to. Everything I did was for Travis. And I was up until now to say his name because people would try to skew his legacy and our relationship, including his mother. But at this point, I'm fucking free because I know the truth. And there's no need for me to be afraid. But the thing is that I should have been a better and more understanding male figure in his life. And because of that, I took it and I said that I'm bisexual, more so in honor of him. Because
wait, what?
And I told my family, now if y'all don't like it, you can hate me all you want to. But fuck that. And let me tell you what has happened since then. My mother, who has always been homophobic, I watched my mother be able to stomach Mello and TJ's relationship as a part of our church. And she appreciated it and she loved them and she accepted them as my sisters. And that was the first time in my freaking life my mama came to me and said that, she said, I see what I didn't see before. And she was able to love a same-sex couple like she ain't never been able to do it. It was a wake-up call and a lesson for fucking all of us. And if you ask Mello or TJ, they ain't never felt disrespect coming around my family, being the same-sex couple, nor what Notori and PJ have. But now they won't.
Hey, Jill, what happened to your girlfriend in Atlanta?
Man, I lost her.
Oh, damn.
I lost her. I'm not very good with relationships. And then I think that somebody got into some comments with her.
Ethan just said he down with the get down, man.
You said what?
Ethan just said he down with the get down, bro. He said sometimes he be feeling that way too, that he bisexual.
He said that already.
Oh, he said that already? Before. What the fuck?
He said that before.
Niggas
me and Ethan don't got
wrong...
no history, so don't nobody try.
Hey, Ethan. Ethan, you releasing the wrong tapes, bro. Hey.
Hell to the no.
Hey, you releasing the wrong tapes, but yeah, damn, I'm sorry to hear that you and your girl broke up and all that. That's fucked up. So what's next, man?
And I tell all of the girls when I meet them, I show them the damn article, and I look for real women because I hate ignorance. Just because I said identified a certain way, that was speaking about an ability. That's speaking about I got a lot of gay people in my circle, and I'll go to gay stuff. It doesn't bother me because I understand the lifestyle. But at the end of the day, if I be real, I want to have a wife and I want to have children with a wife. And so when I'm with a woman, I let her know it's an ability, just like anybody can have an ability to cheat on you in a heterosexual relationship. What I'm not is a cheater. So if I'm with a woman, I ain't got no diseases. I ain't got no. I'm not sleeping around with people like that. You good? And real women who.
I heard Anisha got that package, bro.
Stomach it, but you said what?
I heard Anisha got that package.
As much as I can't stand her guts, I won't even play with that. I don't know nothing about that.
She got that shit. The doctor left her a special note, bro.
I'm not gonna mess with that. I know people that got it for
all
real.
Jokes aside, what's next though, bro? Like what's next? What's next for you?
Well, justice is good. We finna charter our first chapter in Chicago. We got a president that's strong as hell, and he don't go for none of that foo-foo stuff in Chicago.
Who the William dude that was on Black Show? Oh, Dr. Phil looking at.
Case in point. First of all, I didn't watch the show, but William was the man who I chose to help me with Chicago's efforts. And I did it because he was always quiet and he seemed grounded while the women were fighting. And I felt like he had good presence. But William was mad at me because I had a falling out with Zena and I publicly said some things about her. And so he was mad and he went on there and said all that stuff he said. But here go the facts. William doesn't know a damn thing about me. And that's why his interview was funny as hell, because I never talked to him. I never really worked with him. We did not get that far. I was traveling too much.
He said he was the leader of the chapter. He said he had the Chicago South Side, West Side, North Side, some shit. He said he was the
He's a damn liar.
He said he was the main
nigga. The vice president at the chartering. Chartering never happened.
Bro, Jedediah, bro. The man made a video crying his eyes out, bro. Ready to kill some shit over you, bro. He had some type of position. You ain't see that video?
I just said he was selected to become the vice president because of what I thought I'd seen, but it didn't never happen. It didn't work out. Wow. And he was also found to be emotionally unstable. He had come against a woman in the chapter, and I had to cut it. and he ain't done no work, nor did he contribute anything credible to the working that was going on in the chapter. And when we would come in the meetings, which he did show up and he was very faithful and consistent, he would sit down, he wouldn't say nothing, he would just be watching. And then another thing is, somebody brought me to the attention of his social media, and it was all these weird pictures of other people, and it put a shadow over his head of suspicion that we got to watch him a little closer. And then we just kind of like, I was going to work with him as a brother to figure out who he was, but I couldn't get to that part because me and Zena fell out. And then he started going crazy, unstable about that emotionally. Next thing I know, he's cussing me. Me and Zena's repairing our relationship, and he's cussing me. And now he's gone. He's done what he did, and it's a wrap for him.
Damn. Hey, what happened
But
to
anything
Michael
he says
Brown?
is just, huh?
What happened to Michael Brown?
So now I just feel like I'm just being pried all over the place. But
It's
Michael
an
Brown
interview,
is a guy that made a conscious decision that I don't think was easy for him. He decided to step away from freedom fighters because it was going in the direction that he wasn't interested in going in, and he wanted to make sure that his image before his children and his family was not skewed, and he was to remain a good example. And I applaud him for that. I've never been mad at nobody that have left justice with integrity intact. And that's why Michael Brown is somebody who can always call me, and I'm always helping him out and respond the best I can. But me and him ain't had no falling out. He just felt like it was too much negativity, and I can't disagree.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. What's up? What happened to the what's the guy, Brad? I think that's his name. The dude that supposedly was talking to the underage boy or whatnot.
I've never had a personal connection with Brad, but he's been supportive online.
Okay.
Can't speak on it.
What's up with Notora? What's going on with her?
That's my heart. It's gonna always be, and she's gonna be, once she's
She's
vindicated,
still
a whole
fighting?
lot of people are gonna look stupid. I'm proud of her.
She still fighting? Everything good in her situation?
Definitely.
Okay.
That consumes her whole life. She's doing it the right way now, so I'm proud of her. She's gonna win.
Hey, quick question. One more last question about Anisha, and I'm gonna get off her. But this a must ask.
Somebody texted me and said that they're asking that you let the other camp come on and say what they gotta say. I don't care what the other camp got to say.
Man,
You could,
let
but I'll
let
tell you
the
what they
other
do.
camp. They got their own. They better go live and watch me.
They block anybody
The
that got
fuck?
something positive to say about me.
I don't even
they
know
want a holistic
Jedediah Brown. I
perspective.
never liked it, Jedediah Brown. I'm just having a conversation with this man, bro, and hearing him out. I told him I'm gonna look the other way. I'm gonna let that shit go and just man to man have a conversation, bro. Y'all people just weird, man. That's what's wrong with y'all. Y'all don't know how to have conversations. Shout
They
out
want
Joy,
drama.
man.
They want
Joy
hatred, man.
taught
These
me
people
that.
out for blood.
Yeah. But last question about Anisha, I'm gonna leave her alone. Did you see her when Lady Sharon told her that she was finna do an interview and her reaction? Like it changed her life. Did you see that bullshit?
No, I don't watch them, man.
Oh
I don't care about
man,
nothing
bro.
that people doing.
You remember Lady Sharon though, right?
Unfortunately.
Yeah, man. She came on a show or whatnot and said she was gonna do an interview for Anisha. Anisha go makes a post, long story short, and says, "Oh my God, Black, you changed my life. Now I'm finna do 2 interviews with the lady from the UK." Motherfuckers like this dumbass bitch. Like, what's wrong with her?
I'm still like I don't know, man. I ain't finna fan no fires, but I'm gonna leave my comments on that one alone. Anisha is again, in my opinion, she's looking for purpose, and I just think she's going about it the wrong way. She ain't helping nobody, and she's sitting up on a computer all day long, every single day, talking about stuff that happens months ago. You got children, and her life, from what I've seen, is not progressing in no kind of manner that is representative or indicative of a real woman that's doing real things. I wonder if she got a man, and if she do, why she ain't spending more time making his dreams come true versus trying to tear down another man's dream. I don't care for her. And I think that she needs to get her some business. I really think she needs to get her life. But if that's what she wants, if she wants what she has, I think that they found out recently that what you doing against somebody can come against you, because a whole lot of the people who they think is their friends, I don't know why they don't think they come back and tell me nothing.
That's what I've been telling them, bro. I got some trolls. I got some trolls over there too, bro. So you ain't the only one.
You sitting there on live thinking you making an impact on something, and half of these people on here using you for complete entertainment and think you an idiot, and it's sick.
It's all good though, man. I appreciate you coming on, bro, man, to have a conversation, bro, because you ain't have to do that, bro. As much shit I be talking about you. You know what I'm saying? That's real. I respect
when you want to fight.
Shit, it's whenever. My nigga set that shit up. We fighting for money,
How much
though,
you
bro.
weigh?
How much I weigh, bro? That you asking too many questions, bro.
Weight class.
Just link up, my nigga.
That's the thing that I don't think y'all know about.
But you know how we rock in my city, bro. We ain't talking about no weights and none of that, nigga. We linking and leaving like that.
Your city now is my city, but I was gonna be kind enough to say
bro,
I
you from the south side, bro. I'm from out west, my nigga. You know how we rocking out here, bro.
Let me know when. I'll be there on Saturday.
You'll be there on Saturday, bro. All right, we gonna go live. On my mama, we gonna go live. Matter of fact, let's get some boxing gloves. We can box on live for some money or something for the people.
You got my 100% full commitment that I'll fight you for any charity or not. I'll just whoop your ass on the strength of whooping your ass.
Oh my mama, this nigga talking crazy. Y'all want to see that happen, yeah? I'm gonna put the pause on this nigga. He sizing you up, P. They going crazy in the chat. These people crazy. It's all good,
I haven't lost a fight since I was 18, and that was professional in the ring. So I ain't worried.
Oh, you not a box?
You out of shape, bro.
You not a box? Nigga, that's illegal fighting your ass. Now I might have to pop your ass, nigga. The fuck? You can't fight me. You not a box, nigga. That's illegal. I might have to pop you, Jed. You might have to bring your gun, bro.
They took it when I left Lakeshore Drive.
Damn.
I can get another.
Good.
Man, I don't know how I'm on here at 4 o'clock in the morning. It's 3 o'clock there. I again applaud the lady for her bravery. Everybody that hate me, that's cool. You can hate me. But at least you can't say something. One thing you can't say is that I'm not out here every day trying to do something. And so I wish that y'all see a problem in my life, I wish y'all would give me an opportunity as a young black man to get better before you conclude that I'm not worth shit. Because at the end of the day, let me be honest, them white people, they mad because I'm really fucking up how they want us to stay. And that's sleep and divided. And I'm sitting up here talking about let's come together and let's change the world. That shit ain't what they want. And we fighting them and then we fighting each other. We ain't getting nowhere. We need all of us.
Respect that. I told you, man, them Trump supporters all behind Black in this ear, boy. Got him all the way gone. They done paid him off and everything.
Oh no! Can I say this one? Let me say this one other thing. This big old issue that everybody had. I've lost a lot of great people because of this.
That 21,000 payoff.
Hell no! Who that come from?
No, what you get from Rosemont?
Nothing.
Stack them
now,
up.
I'm glad you just said that because, again, maybe I didn't think it through, but I called Teresa Martin because the Crown Plaza called me and said that they wanted to figure out what would it take for us to stop marching. You got to remember, for me, I'm still an outside entity trying to figure out how to navigate all this. I'm the quote-unquote focal point and the leader, even though Teresa the mama, I'm the public figure that's out there that was already known by the establishment because I'm always doing advocacy. So when they call me, there's always a conversation that happens whenever you advocate for something for real. You march to meet so that you can get your demand. I thought Teresa Martin was gonna say I want to see the tape or something like that. So when they called me, I'm like, I can't make no deal for this lady, and I can't tell y'all what she want. You gotta talk to her. So I clicked on three-way. I called Teresa Martin. I said, hey, Ms. Martin, they on the phone, and they want to know what would it take for us to stop marching.
But bro. Let's be real, bro. Come on, bro. You know, coming from the streets, my nigga, and looking at that whole situation, right? See, that's why I was getting mad at you, bro, because of that. Like, why, Jed? Why would you do that, bro? Like, that's like, come on, bro. That don't even make no sense. Like,
okay. So
now you see why they look at you
I'm
like
asking you, sir. I get it. I get the other perspective, but let me ask you this: if you out there every single day, no, forget about all the details of it. Why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I want to accomplish what we were out there for? If they the ones that had the, if we out there saying release the tape, the real tape, and I know for a fact that the only thing that you cannot alter is the original video that's inside the hard drive that's in the hotel. Why would I not talk to the hotel and say, I want to see the tape from the hard drive versus something that you sent out? Why wouldn't I not say to the hotel that we want to be able to come in this motherfucker and we want to walk the trails that y'all showed on video? I want to see the freezer. I want to see the floor plan. Why wouldn't we do that?
But what I'm saying is, bro, why you call her? Why you on the phone with them, bro? That's like suspect as hell, bro. You should have just told them to reach out to her or reach out to her lawyers. You get what I'm saying? It should have never been like that type of conversation, or call her on you feel me? Call her without them on the phone, bro. Like that.
No, this is what I'm telling you. The damn lawyers, number one, wasn't even talking to me. Number two, the damn lawyers wasn't out there marching and had their shit on the line every day. We just going out there every single day. My goal was not to just keep on being out here because I like being on fucking live. I wanted to get to the fucking results. So if the hotel called me, this the target. Well, shit, Teresa, you running it? What you want? What's going to make you satisfied? Because if you will remember what I kept saying, I say we marching until Teresa Martin say we not marching. I'm backing her up. I said it every fucking day. It's whatever she want.
But
I didn't even move
bro, at
without
the time,
asking that lady what she wanted us to do.
Bro, at that point, bro, she already had lawyers, bro. So it's like you get what I'm saying? It's like what that's like a setup for a payout or some shit like that. That's probably how she looking at that shit. Like, bro, why is you calling me? You get what I'm saying? That's why that fucked a lot of shit up, bro.
Okay, but what you don't know is, I've also told Teresa a lot of times. From what I'm understanding, I don't know if your lawyers are handling the case the right way. Lawyers and activists are typically in contention with one another as it relates to how they get to the end goal. Lawyers never want shit to be public. They never want you to march unless they can get something. The lawyer called me, Larry Rogers, and I'm talking to him, and he's saying, go ahead and put the pressure on them because they not giving us the tape. Well, the moment they get the fucking tape, then they like, not answering the call or don't want to talk to us because they don't need us no more. Now that we didn't force them to hurry up with the damn tape release. And so lawyers are typically in contention with advocates because we don't agree on what need be done. And so long story short is when they call, I'm thinking that the lawyers ain't doing what the fuck they need to do anyway. I'm asking for the real tapes to be released. They got the real tapes. Miss Martin, and I said all this to her. Why don't you tell them what you want? Tell them what your demands are. So she said, I'll talk to you. I'll call you back. I did not know at that point how wrong it was. I didn't consider it all again. And I'm going to also be honest with something that people might not factor in. I got tired of going out there every goddamn day. We didn't get no sleep. We was marching, and then we was putting things together at the end of the day. We're trying to make sure people good, transport stuff, trying to make sure all things in place every single day. Didn't nobody want to keep doing that shit every day? And so I wanted to get out of it, and I was being ran down. I was getting tired, and I put on the phone. I did not think that she would become skeptical of me just on me doing that. Because if I was trying to get a payoff or if I was trying to do something secret, in my opinion, I wouldn't have called that at all. I would have just been like, look, this is what y'all going to do. Put this in my account. I'll figure out a way to get this shit over with. And that's not what I did. And then when she said to me, don't talk to them no more, I said, okay, Ms. Martin, I do apologize. I will not speak to them no more. Simple as that. But this is also something else that people don't know. The man who they sent to reach out to me, now once again, I'm an advocate. I've been fighting and marching for a long time on a whole lot of stuff. That means anybody that's in a position of authority or power, they know who I am. I can reach them. And so remember when I told you when I was marching that they were reaching out to me trying to get me to chill out, calm down, don't do it? Remember I said that in the beginning when I was running into Andrew Holmes?
Yeah.
They were asking people who know Jedediah, who has a line of communication with him that will get him to chill, because he's keeping this going and we need this to stop. And so there was a man named Glenn who does the PR for the Chicago Black Homes. I already knew Glenn because when I jumped on Donald Trump's stage, Glenn was the black man who came to me to say, we need to deal with the public perception of what's been done with our city because of this. So I got to know the man. So Glenn then went to Rosemont Crown Plaza and told them he knew me. Glenn popped up to do a fucking press conference, and that's how the Crown Plaza got the line of communication with me, because Glenn had the rapport. So the only reason why I talked to him was because I knew him from the previous situation. I did not know at the time how this all was connected. I found out when it was too late.
Wow.
It's a whole lot of shit people don't know. Now I'm gonna tell you something else that'll probably fuck people up if they understood. I was running for mayor of Chicago. If I had cracked the largest murder mystery of our day, I would have walked into Chicago's mayorship with no fucking problem. Now, do you think I thought when I started this case that it was gonna blow up like that? Hell to the no. But when it did, they had to stop me because too many people in the world was becoming on my side. And so I found out something that I've yet to say that even goes to politicians on how all this shit happened to me the way that it did. It's all been a big ass plot, and they destroyed that girl from getting what she deserved. And these idiots, so focused on views and thinking people want attention and thinking it's about money, that they don't even realize the bigger picture that they are agents of keeping us suppressed in. Now, what I just said, y'all brilliant people, go do your research. I just gave y'all a whole lot of shit. Go do your research and start connecting some pieces. And I don't need and this is gonna sound arrogant as hell, I don't need no apology, because I done been through every fucking possible level of hurt that you could experience in this shit. I can't even be hurt no more. People be talking stuff, I don't even have an emotion. I was angry a few days ago because I'm looking on live and I'm like, damn, all these motherfucking people who supposedly went about their business and popped their head back up, and it pissed me off because we was right on the edge of a major set of announcements for our organization. And they got in the way. That's what I was pissed off about. Outside of that, I don't give a fuck about what them people talking about. Not for real. I'm meeting with celebrities, millionaires, billionaires, people who own shit. I got people in my organization who actually are producing stuff. Do you think I care about what they talking about? No. I got a house in it. I went from being on an eviction list to having a place to stay in Chicago and Atlanta.
Hey,
Fuck them.
I remember when that live when y'all went looking for T.I. That shit was funny as hell.
And we found him, and guess what? They tried to make T.I. hate me, but what they really did was make the man pay a little bit more attention. Thank you, fuckers.
Say thank you. Oh, they said you got a song. I ain't heard your song.
They try to tell him I'm all these bad things, and you know what? I'm gonna say this on live. I hope he hear it. T.I. is one of the most outstanding and most level-headed and smart black men in the entertainment industry that legitimately gives a damn about his people and anybody that wants to help his people. And at the end of the day, he don't need no pat on the back for what he do. He don't need to be known. He don't need to be seen. He don't need no recognition. And for that, I thank T.I. for having enough sense to not pay attention to them fools. And I thank T.I. for being an outstanding brother that's contributing to our community in a very wonderful way. I'll leave it at that.
That's 100, man. Shit, any other receipts you want to release before you get up out of here, man? I know it's late as hell. Where you at? You still in Atlanta?
Yeah, I'm in Atlanta. And I want to say this. One other thing is that they need to be careful with that. Well, no, I ain't gonna say nothing else. But I said it before and I'll say it again. Ain't no drama in justice. And the thing is all these people who was entitled, all these people who I don't know. I think that people are just mad that I still got the visibility that they don't. But what they don't realize is that this didn't start for me for Kanika. I've been doing this for a long time. What I have was built. A lot of people got worldwide visibility off of the case. I did not. I got worldwide visibility before the case, but it was actually stabilized after the case. But people already knew who I was, man. But they got fame overnight, and that's why they don't know how to captivate it or use it, because it wasn't genuinely earned for them. So if they would do themselves a favor, stop hating me. Y'all got all these damn new organizations. Y'all got new friends. Y'all working together. If they just go out there and do it on their own strength, then they could make me insignificant that way. But I don't think that that's their true mission, ability, and heartbeat. And that's why they ain't and they can't and they won't. And I'm going to be sitting on standby, because after all that bullshit, they better go out there and march. That's it. I ain't enough to say.
Well, I appreciate you coming on, bro, man. That was real shit.
I lied.
Oh, you
Can I say one more thing? I need y'all to pray for me, because I know people say, you ain't you supposed to be a pastor? They can miss me with that shit. I think I'm the real kind of Christian. I tell the truth about who I really am, and I'm going to let God do the judging for me. Everybody talk about they don't want the church to judge them. But then when you get somebody who actually sits in front of a church and tells the truth about who he is and don't sugarcoat it and talk like y'all do anyway, now all of a sudden I am unworthy of being a man of God. But y'all tired of men of God labeling and judging and restricting and withholding y'all back. That's how we can't get no fucking where, because we don't mean what we say. Cussing does not get you to hell. Cussing offends, and it's a bad look. That's it. And it may offend people. Now, offending people is something that's ungodly. But with that, every time I do, I say I apologize, I forgive them. But drinking in front of people who are alcoholics offends people. Smoking marijuana in front of people who don't smoke marijuana is something that offends people. But at the end of the day, go apologize to them. Go into another corner, smoke your joint, drink your liquor, and say your cuss words, and let God do the healing for your life. But the rest of y'all, get the fuck off of me with these labels and let me be free and be great just like y'all want to be. And now I'm for real done. God bless all of y'all. I pray for you. You pray for me.
Peace out. But there y'all have it, man. Mr. Jedediah Brown, man.